I get shit done, I have fun. It's my time and I'm the one. I'm breaking through.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Business Renovator. I'm your host, Coach Phil. Today, from curbside dreamer to industry trailblazer. Stick around if you want to hear what that's all about. If you're watching this live with us today, thank you for being here. If you're watching this on the replay later on, hashtag replay, let us know where you're watching from. If you have a question now or later when you're watching on the replay, let us know. And if you would help us by getting this out to the community out there, you just never know what one idea could have a huge impact on the people you are influencing. So subscribe, share, and let others know about the Business Renovator. Before I go on and bring on my interesting guest, who's a trailblazer in his own way, we're going to talk about that. I have a shameless plug, a commercial. So hang on, because there's a free offer to you with this. And as it says on there, all you have to do is go to the website, coachphil.ca, and at the top right-hand side is a button. Click on the button and you'll have access to your own business growth score assessment. Take that. You might find that you're right on the track and there's nothing to do. Just continue being you and doing what you're doing. However, if you find that there's an area where you would like to make an improvement, complimentary 30-minute coaching session with me, no credit card required. And if I'm not the one that could help you with that issue, there's not a problem. We have a group of wonderful professionals in the coaching space, particularly around business, executive coaching and leadership training that we can help you out. Again, no credit card required. So what did we say today was from curbside dreamer to industry trailblazer? That's what my guest is all about today. And through the power of networking and always being on the lookout for interesting people and always looking for ways for me to grow and change and add value to myself and my clients, I run into a whole bunch of interesting people. And that's how I met our guest today. Bill is going to join us here shortly. From we were saying before, it's from curbside dreamer to industry trailblazer. His journey, Bill's journey, is the stuff of legends. At just 12 years old, he sat on the curb, captivated by road construction. I have empathy with that because I like to do that still today. Their machinery and their artistry. Little did he know this fascination would ignite a lifetime of extraordinary achievements. The road less traveled. Bill's path wasn't always smooth. He faced setbacks, lost jobs, and even got fired several times while chasing his dream of operating heavy equipment, but he never gave up. From Wisconsin to California, Bill's quest led from him to California, where he worked in concrete and even had the opportunity to buy out a concrete company. Yet he wasn't done exploring his potential yet. Diesel mechanic to Madison. He shifted gears again, becoming a diesel mechanic with Penske Truck Rental. His journey took him back to Wisconsin, where he worked for a family friend before landing a role in Madison. They specialize in semi-trucks and gasoline tankers. An epiphany happened. The 6th of April, 2016, he had this epiphany. He felt a calling to start his own company, and he didn't let fear hold him back. With just $50K and a sheer determination, he bought equipment and began advertising his services. From a humble beginning to towering triumphs. So what he's going to do is share his journey with us a little bit today of where he's off to and what he's up to. So he's looking at, and he started another business, another journey, leg of his adventure, and he's going into gold mining. Unbelievable, right? Bill Atkinson is my guest. I can't wait to bring him up, so I'm going to not wait anymore. Here he is. Good day, sir. Welcome. Thank you for being here.
Okay. So
that bright smile on your face.
I'm happy to be here, and thank you for the opportunity. What I'm currently doing is I'm going to be selling my construction company, and then like Phil said, I'm going into gold mining. I'm going to be starting in Arizona. I'm going to be heading out there for a exploration trip in probably a couple of weeks, and go check out the ground and make sure the values are there before I sink a bunch of money into equipment and just the ground.
Literally.
Yes.
Well, one thing I like about what your journey is it wasn't just you didn't just show up and have the idea of having a gold mine and go search for it and do that. You started off as the beginning of the introduction, getting fired, having aspirations, not letting other people's opinion of you have any weight. You just kept on pushing on, stay true to what was important to you. And as a result of that, you've been a mechanic, you've started a business that it's 7 years old, right?
Yep. 7 years I've been doing.
Yeah. So now it's available for somebody who wants to carry on the dream, because you have an amendment or an addendum, I suppose, to your dream. You want to do something different. So Steve Jobs says you can't join the dots looking forward, but only looking backwards.
Mm-hmm.
So looking backwards, I'm thinking, this is my observation from the Business Renovator point of view, is that all of the things you've done up until today are dots that helped you get here today.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because maybe you could tell us a little bit about how the dots connected and how you brought you here today.
I guess starting at the concrete in California, that was just kind of a job that I had called around because I had moved out there and actually lived with my cousin for a little bit who was in the military. And then I, got my own place and, found a job and all that. And, at that time, I knew concrete wasn't what I wanted to do. So I went to school for a little bit on diesel mechanics, but then I was also working at night. And so that was, that's a lot to undertake, but I thought that's what I wanted to do. So I went and did it. And,
so to me, that sounds like in Napoleon Hill's research that he did for 20 years, and the principles in there, it was a committed decision. You were working to pay your bills, but you were developing your muscle here by going to school, getting more information, developing skills, and getting more knowledge, so you could take the next step and get out of the job and go into something that was more a career.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then what happened after you've done, you worked in the concrete, went to school, got out of school, you started fixing things that were broken? Is that what happened?
I worked for Penske in California for, I think it was about a year. And then 2008 came and, I got laid off and I decided to come back home. And and then that's when I was doing more diesel mechanic work for a family friend in their shop for about a year or so. And then, things were there wasn't enough to keep me busy there. So, that's fine. I moved on from there. And that's when I found the job up here in Madison, and I was working for them for, about 7 years for a while. And then there was one day I just, I just realized that I'm not going to get anywhere, building somebody else's dream when I have my own dreams to build. So
wait a minute. Can you say that last part again?
I realized that I'm not going to get anywhere if I build somebody else's dream and not build my own.
Thank you. There's some magic in that. That's why I had to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So you came up with your own dream in and around there. So where did it go from there? What was the dream at that point in time?
At that point in time, it was just to, start a business, because I really enjoyed moving dirt and that kind of stuff, and still do. And so, I had bought a truck, trailer, and bobcat, and just started, grading people's yards and do all kinds of jobs that were just they were odds and ends, but they were fun, and things I had to I always had things to figure out and how to do things a certain way. So, they didn't have the same problem they had.
Cool. Figure out things. That's awesome. So, you did that for about 7 years in your own business, is that right?
Yep.
And then after working on that for 7 years, what was going through your head?
Well, I mean, I was kind of, sitting at my kitchen table, kind of staring out my kitchen window. And then I was kind of putting the dots together. I mean, I had the experience of a mechanic and I know how to operate equipment. And, and then kind of mining popped into my head because obviously you got to have both. And I've done welding also. And, being a mechanic, you got to learn how to weld and all that. So, I mean, those are 3 things you need to know how to mine because, inevitably things are going to wear out and break. And so I was like, well, that seems like the fastest step for me forward.
Cool. I'm making notes here because I'm getting nuggets. Gold nuggets. I'm getting some gold from this conversation. That was not scripted. Popped into my head. So why did you decide that you wanted to go into gold mining?
Well, just like any business, it's not going to be easy, but I mean, in my eyes, there's more potential there to, hit that $1 million mark and more. I mean, the more you produce or the more you process in the mining industry, the more you make. And, that's just the way it is. And for me, it seemed almost a little bit easier because you don't have to market. You don't have to, go look at jobs and take the time to bid them out. And if you get them, great. If you don't, well, then you got to go look at more. So in that sense, I don't mind construction, but just that avenue for me was just a little tiresome and not my cup of tea anymore. So
right. So what I'm hearing for your whole journey is there's always been a component of growth and always a sense of dissatisfaction. And one of my mentors along the way, I remember him on the stage in Seattle, and we were in the audience, and he was leaning back on a table and he said, if there's no dissatisfaction, there's no change.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to a point where you were complacent. It was you've done everything you were going to do in every one of those situations, whether deliberately by you or you were laid off because of the marketplace conditions. But what you didn't do is quit. You kept on thinking of what's next. You didn't say that, but that's what I picked up. And in your what's nextness is that you're now gone through moving from across the country in your world, working out there until it didn't work out, and then tried a couple other things. So that didn't work out. And then you moved back and found another thing. And you're always looking for possibilities, not wallowing in despair, thinking, right, oh, isn't it awful? And the conversations I've had with you in the short time I've known you, you've been consistently that guy, looking for a way to improve, to get the most potential from yourself and make a difference in the world that you're in. What's the driving force for you? Where does that come from for you?
Just, maybe it's a sense of adventure, just, to one, make other people's lives better, but also to make my life better. Just to, money standpoint, and just, I don't know, I just enjoy growing and, just getting outside my comfort zone. So that's
comfort zone.
I think that's where I got too comfortable in this business, because whatever I do now, it's like, yeah, at first it's a little, you have to figure something out, but then it's like, okay, this is the same stuff. So it's, time for something bigger and maybe a lot more outside my comfort zone.
Yeah, but I'm thinking digging dirt, that's kind of similar. Looking for gold, but I think gold is probably more dirt to move, and maybe excavate it in ways that you haven't quite done yet. There might be, I don't know, I've never mined for gold myself, but maybe there might be more water required, maybe explosives, a lot of things that you haven't talked about yet. I'm making assumptions in and around that you might need some of that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, for the mining aspect, yeah, you're definitely going to need water. Explosives is mainly for hard rock mining, which I'm doing placer. So that's just gravel deposits in the ground. And, you basically dig them up, dump them in your either dump truck, take it to your wash plant and process it. But so when you said I'm going to be an industry changer, I'm trying to figure out ways to eliminate dump trucks and just basically eliminate. So you need so many people on site to run trucks and all that. We have technology that could take us, you're taking jobs away, but that's beside the point. We have things that can make this just streamline the process, like conveyors. If there's a way you can integrate conveyors and get rid of dump trucks, then that's what I'm going to do.
Cool. I'm again writing notes. It sounds like a common thread through everything that you've talked about is to be innovative.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my favorite mantras that I came across, and now I've made it my own, against like the people I've been mentored or taught by or influenced by, is if you know what you want and why you want it and stifle the how, you can grow into anything. You might have to get education, develop a skill, but
Mm-hmm.
at least then which you're living, walking, talking that, it's really important. And then the mantra is also, how can I creatively and innovatively, and then fill in the blank, whatever it is you're going after. Doesn't matter what it is, but that mantra is that getting us to focus on the possibilities. And everything I heard about today, you're repeating what I've heard before when we have conversations, and that is that you're consistently looking for ways to make yourself better, learning technical skills, mental thinking skills, adapting, adopting, and shifting your philosophy or validating and confirming it.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're a fan of a book too, but the one in particular. Can you read my mind?
Can you really think and grow rich? And
Yeah, that would be one. And then the one that preceded that he used, and that was Think and Grow Rich. So both books are really awesome books. That's the connection that you and I have, is that Think and Grow Rich information is the common thread we have.
Right.
Besides we're human, but the group that we became part of and what connected us was the actual Can You Really Think and Grow Rich, which is a community out there. It's open to anybody and everybody. It doesn't cost a nickel to be there. And the people I've met, the things I've done. And for me personally, it's reinstated and validated what I already knew. And now it's getting me to think and grow rich. And rich is not always about money.
No.
However, when you have money, you have more options and can do things faster to help the world, help get to your whatever your major definite purpose is. Which is one of the principles out of the great works of Think and Grow Rich, is knowing what that major definite purpose is.
Right.
So are there one or two principles in there that really stand out for you in that teaching?
Man. Well, I guess I don't know that it's a principle, but one of his talks was about, being decisive. That's one I've listened to over and over and over and over. Every time I wake up, that's what's on. Just, to keep me moving forward. And, no matter what, it doesn't matter what's going on outside, just keep moving forward.
Yeah, that actually is one of the principles. This one, make you decide. So there's that song, and if I can make it work on here, see if we can make it happen. See if I can find it. One of the people I met there, I found it. Do you mind if I share this on your show?
Please do.
Oh, it's my show. But I'm going to play this, and we just both have to be quiet as I do this. Let me try this settings.
Right now, I wrote a song for Bob.
Can you hear that?
I'm so glad that I was able to get a copy of the CD to him before he passed away.
Okay, we got it.
I wrote a song.
Can we see it though? No, we can't.
Toronto. Well, I heard about a man from Toronto who knew things most people don't. I've been stuck at the end of my rope, something inside me said to go. He didn't have to, but he took some time to talk me about my paradigm. Said it starts with my thoughts and the way I believe, and I already had everything I need inside of me, inside of me. The wise man said if I could hold it in my mind, I could hold it in my hand. But I didn't understand that a year ago. Now crazy as it seems, my life now looks like a dream I wrote down about a year ago.
So I just wanted to share that really quickly because, look, there's your LinkedIn page, which we will promote here in a little bit. But I want to bring that in there because that was an event I was at a little while ago, and the group that we're kind of hang out with. And the theme of that song is if you just got to decide.
Mhm.
So that's what you've done, a committed decision. That's what you were doing. That's what you've done throughout the whole journey of your life, based on what I can see along the way, are just stepping stones or dots, as Steve Jobs talks about, that helps get you to where you are today.
Correct.
And same with Kevin, with that song, that was performing that song. Same thing with him, is he made a committed decision, and as a result of that, his life has changed. He's growing into the person he wants to be, and his richness is he's found the love of his life, utilizing that same thing. So what he was talking about in that song, and what he shared with us in that time we got together, was about how he met Natalie, his soon-to-be wife. They're engaged. So that all came out of making the intention, the committed decision. And no matter what, I was going to find her. I'm going to go gold mining, and no matter what. And there's a story in Think and Grow Rich. Do you remember that one?
I do.
About 3 feet from gold. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So have you had a 3 feet from gold story that you want to share?
I can't say I have, because I really haven't quit on anything. I mean, yeah, I haven't quit on anything I've done. You know, any project, no matter the barrier, I've completed it. So
Right.
really, I haven't quit on anything.
And why are you saying the word quit? Because I know why. I know you are,
Yeah,
but help
just-
educate the others.
Well, just because, I mean, when you stop doing something and, discontinue doing it, then you're no longer growing, and you're not on your path anymore. You're just drifting, basically.
Yeah. So the 3 feet from gold story that we're kind of circling around is about a fellow by the name of Darby, and he had gone after a gold mine, much the same as what William's doing and planning on doing. The only thing is that, as we heard Bill say, is that he doesn't quit; he just finds another way. What Darby learned was that after he sold the plane that was geared to call it a pawn shop, they ended up realizing that there might be an opportunity there. I don't know anything about Earth. I'll hire a geologist. Geologist went up and did an essay of the land. And he said, if you go over here a few feet, 3 feet, I think you'll find more gold. And it turns out to be one of the largest gold mining mines at the time. So Darby went into life insurance and used the 3 feet from gold to stop him from ever quitting. So if you've had a 3 feet from gold moment, to avoid it, don't quit. Keep on going no matter what. A committed decision. Burn the boats. This is one of the other ways that shows up, is if you burn the boats, there's nowhere to retreat. And that's another story in that book. And Remy, who is the author of the other book, Can I Really Think and Grow Rich? He's a living individual in modern day times, where he's actually living and applying those principles in that work that Andrew Carnegie commissioned Napoleon Hill to write. And here we are talking about it. And this book was written ages ago, but it's still applicable today, just like gravity, right? Gravity works all the time, whether we believe it or not. I kind of hijacked the talk there, didn't I? You're the guest and I was talking. Anyhow, what other things would you share with us in terms of what to be prepared to do, or what to help you do? What we help each other push on? What's kind of one thing that you would share with our audience?
I guess, think about what you want in your life, and no matter what it is, just go and do it. Because, I mean, you don't want to be on your deathbed and wish you had done something. That's the main reason I'm going mining. I mean, I've seen it on TV shows, and it kind of inspired me, but I also, I love digging in the dirt, and it's just more, I wouldn't say easy, but it's just, I guess maybe it is simpler in a sense. And I just enjoy it. So, I mean, I guess, yeah, no matter what your dreams or goals, big, small, doesn't matter. Just do it.
And go after it.
Mm-hmm.
And don't create a 3 feet from gold story where you turned around and missed out on the opportunity.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. So you're living that quite a bit every day, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Awesome. I want to officially share now your LinkedIn page. If I can bring it up here. Just have to see if I can. There it is right there. And what I want to do is put us beside it. Isn't that? It's like magic. Like I know what I'm doing. And that's really hard to read. So I'm going to go over here and bring up your address. So if you want to get to know more about what this young fella is up to and have a conversation with him, you can go to his LinkedIn site, which is right there. It's at B, which is Bill's Earth Services. That's pretty cool. And if you want to message him, his link's there. If you want to connect with him, that's where you can go. Here's the address, making it a lot easier to find him if you are inspired to find out about gold mining or how he's thinking that's helping him get there. Is there anything else you would like to add about this site here for our audience?
Well, I mean, I guess I just do want to add, I am actually going to be selling this company and, moving into the mining stuff. So, if anybody's in the industry and they're looking to, get started, I figure this is a great opportunity for anybody that's, new in the industry. I can stay on for about 2 weeks and help you out and, just then you're, be on your way.
Terrific. I had a question in and around that, but it's disappeared, so I'm not going to ask it. I'm going to bring you back for a minute, and thank you for being on the show. I would recommend that if you have any interest in learning about how average Joe or normal Bill has transformed his life from where he started to where he's going, he's interesting to have a conversation with. I don't know what his availability is, but reach out to him, have a conversation, and learn from him. Maybe he might share a nugget or two with you, how you can end up not mining literally, but maybe your own gold mine, whatever that might be. Maybe there's something that Bill's life experience will help you. So, Bill, I want to thank you for being a guest on the show and sharing a little bit of your history with us and where you're going.
Yeah. Thank you, Phil.
So stay tuned. I'm going to wrap this up and we'll be right back. So what I wrote down in all those notes was, let me pick it up. So I'm looking at the camera. Dream, figure it out. Don't ever quit. 7 years, he started a business 7 years ago and now it's moving on. It's available for somebody else who wants to take it on. He's going after gold mining, literally, where other people have not done that, but metaphorically, they've got their own gold mine. He has a sense of adventure. He's got a committed decision. We talked about that a lot. And if he didn't have the skill, he learned the skill and got the knowledge and developed it. And he is into looking at situations where there might be a challenge or a problem and finding a solution for it. And he's quite innovative. You heard some of the things that he was almost apologetic for, but he's an innovative, forward-thinking individual. Can't be too much bad in that, I wouldn't think. Anyway, let's wrap this up. We have one more comment up there. I'm going to see what's going on. Oh, we're getting good luck, Bill. That's for you, my friend, from my other friend, Joe. And that's a wrap. But before I say goodbye, until next time, watch this. It's going to remind me to tell you to be your wonderful self. This is you. The you is representing you. You're unique and you're wonderful. So continue being your wonderful self. Till next time, I'm Coach Phil. That's a wrap for the Business Renovator.
I get shit done, I have fun. It's my time and I'm the one. I'm breaking